Once upon a time on spring break, Taylor was dancing away and all of a sudden stumbled onto a dude in the pool. It just so happens to be a celebrity who plays in the reality TV show Real World, introducing us to Brock Hudson. Quite the character he is, too. Taylor breaks up with the main character, Zach, to run off with Brock. Was that the right choice? Let's talk about the late 90s rom-com classic, She's All That. But more specifically, the side character, Brock Hudson, and why he is more memorable than a side character should be. Give it to me, baby. Hello, my fellow movie geeks. Carey Craves Cinema here to talk about a smaller character that Matthew Lillard portrayed. And yet, this character was larger than life. Brock Hudson was in a world of his own. Through his eyes, he was the cat's meow. He was so wrapped up in himself. Oh, the arrogance, the self-confidence, the pride this man has. He walks into a room and he truly believed with every fiber of his being that all eyes were on him. He had a minor role in the TV series, The Real World, and he thinks it is everything. He does a couple autographs and he thinks that he is a top-notch celebrity. Starry-eyed and full of himself, he just embodies what it's like to have 15 minutes of fame, but runs with it. His 15 minutes, he wholeheartedly believed was longer. Not sure if ignorance is bliss for this situation, but hey, he's not harming anything by just jumping into a room, just busting out a move to his favorite song. I mean, the look on everybody's face when this is what I love about his character. He walks into a room and he believes that everyone wants to be with him, everybody wants to be him, but the thing is, it seems like everybody wants to avoid him, that they are annoyed by him, but he doesn't see it. He is in his own world, I am telling you. And the way that Matthew Lillard just, the way he does this character, like, I feel like if anybody else would have done this character, we would have hated him. Seriously, we would have hated Brock. But there's just something that Matthew brings to this character that you can't help but actually kind of like him and dig him. It's funny because Taylor and Brock are very much the same. They were both each other's flavors of the month. I'm sorry, but I find that hilarious. Brock wanted someone who wanted to share the love for Brock. Taylor wanted someone who wanted to share the love for Taylor. Perfect match for the moment, but of course, what was once sweet turned majorly sour. Brock just needs to clone himself so he can have someone else who enjoys him as much as he does. Matthew Lillard just brings an energy to Brock that you just can't help but love. You just can't. It's inevitable. You know deep down that Brock is very self-absorbed, and yet you can't help but get a kick out of him. Like I said before, this man is his own island. Brock Island. He's living on it. Nobody else. Only him. I can't imagine how Freddie Prinze Jr. was able to do scenes with Matthew without bursting into laughter. His energy was just through the roof when he in almost every scene that he was in. He truly shined in this role, and he wasn't even meant to be a very known character, but to me, he stood out. My brother even used to watch this movie with me. Like when it first, I don't think it was when it first came out, but around the time that it came out, my brother watched this movie with me. Yes, my brother watched a teen rom-com with me, and I just remember how he laughed so hard at the scenes that Brock was in. He stole the show in every scene he was in. He couldn't help it. His ego couldn't even fit through the door, but he managed to worm his way into my heart. And for that, Brock, I salute you, good sir. Thank you for the cheap laughs that were definitely at your expense. But pretty sure you wouldn't realize it anyway. The reason why I made this video is to show that even Matthew Lillard's smaller roles, he nailed them and outshined the expectation of a typical side character. A character that you're not even supposed to have a second thought about. But he managed to make this character be known. Like he made this character to just shine. Let's continue this birthday celebration. There will be so much more Matthew Lillard movies to talk about. So many characters to adore and be entertained by. Stay tuned for more. But for now, I am going to stop my ranting and raving because I absolutely love She's All That, and I adore his character. I love all of the characters of She's All That. But for some reason, Brock actually... This is a hot take, but Brock was actually one of my favorite characters. Anyway, this is Carey Craves Cinema. Stay geeky for movies, my friends.